Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here. Welcome back to the DragonBall Super Podcast. And this week we have with us, Proper, of course, and we have a new guest who is NekoStar. How's it going, Neko?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. So before we begin, of course, because you're new, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I stream with you guys in the Nights of Light on stream.me. I draw a lot of cartoons because I'm a nerd. That's basically it. That's all I do.
That's a lot of what we do, isn't it?
Pretty much.
The stream, man.
Yeah.
It's the stream life. So of course there will be some links down below for you guys can go check out Neko's work because he does do some really awesome stuff. And if you guys have seen a lot of the art that I use in my thumbnails and stuff, it's actually stuff that he's made for me. So thank you. So today we're gonna do it differently because we have them on screen because we're gonna be seeing now you guys can see them. Next week I'm going to try and do this as again where we have everyone on screen and below it we're going to have screenshots. But for this week's episode, just because I started taking the screenshots. I took screenshots of most of the episode, and then halfway through I was like, why am I doing this? Because this episode was different. It was a different episode, and I don't know. Proper, you tell me first. What did you feel about it?
It's just one huge fight scene. It's like the first time.
But why did it not feel so satisfying then?
Because it's set up. Universe 6 is all set up for the stuff that's going to happen later.
Right.
Yeah, you wanted more to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it kind of was like, okay, do you feel it was filler?
I wouldn't say filler, but you know where it's going, and Goku wasn't really serious the whole time, which is hilarious.
But okay, all right, okay. Then, for those of you who haven't seen the episode, I'm sorry again, spoiler alerts. So basically, the entire episode, and this is why I didn't do the screenshots. The entire episode can be summarized in Khalifa and Kale go up against Goku, who slowly powers up and is almost like teaching them. That's it. That's like the entire episode. But so the first thing I want to talk about is, how do you feel about Goku's power level? Because I mean, Khalifa went out. She went all out. I mean, she went straight to Super Saiyan 2. She did everything she could. She was learning as she was going along because she didn't go full. Remember when Wiz said she's a brawler and then she's not a brawler, you know? She's actually smarter than that. So she advanced as well in the match. But why is it that Goku was able to stand up to her so long, not even in Super Saiyan?
Because even in Dragon Ball Z, they've made a point to say whenever you reach specific thresholds, like when Goku reached Super Saiyan, he was able to slap people around in his regular form, just no problem. Then when he was able to go Super Saiyan 2, he was able to slap people around in normal form even more in Super Saiyan 3, and it just keeps getting higher and higher. It's always been a thing in Dragon Ball Z that whenever they reach a new form, their base form just gets stronger and stronger. That's why in the Other World Tournament, Goku just practiced in his base form. Because if you get your base form stronger, it makes everything else strong.
Right.
Exactly. It helps if you think about Super Saiyan as like an overflow of power. So it's like, what is Super Saiyan 1 for him now isn't the same as what his Super Saiyan 1 was when he fought Frieza the first time.
Right.
It's just different.
Right.
So how do you guys feel that, beyond the fight, we're going to talk about Kale in a bit because you know I love Kale. I love that concept of Kale and the potentiality she has. But where do you feel that Goku is right now? Like, where is his power right now? Because he's recovering stamina. But where is he really? And, just that first. Where do you guys feel that he is right now?
As far as everybody as a whole.
Yeah,
Or
because
what
okay,
he's able
by
to
what
do
by
right
that
now?
I mean, of course, and this is something that I feel it's not exactly a Deus Ex Machina in Dragon Ball Super, but the fact that we know that every time that a Saiyan has a near death experience, it naturally it doesn't exactly bump up their power. It almost like allows
It's the
them to
Zenkai.
get to a new level.
It's the Zenkai boost effect.
Yeah. So where is he right now? Because he came near death. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah, he
battle with
did.
Jiren, he gave everything. And if it hadn't been for Frieza giving him some energy, he probably would have passed out or something. I don't think died, but he was tapped out. He's completely tapped
Yeah,
out.
he was done.
Yeah. So where do you guys feel that he is right now in regards to where he could possibly go?
Considering how shook all the gods were
They
when he
were.
started using
They
Ultra
were.
Instinct, I wouldn't necessarily say he's on level of Beerus yet, because Toriyama has said in the past that Goku ain't ever gonna surpass Beerus. Like, none of them are ever gonna surpass him. Then again, he
Really?
could always change his mind. Yeah, he said that in an interview. If Goku is about a 5,
Uh-huh.
Beerus is about an 8, that makes Wiz a 10. And he's never going to
Uh,
let them get that strong.
really?
Yep.
That's so where do you feel Jiren is right now? Do you feel Jiren is stronger
I
than
don't know,
Beerus?
because we haven't seen Vermouth fight. And Vermouth could just be weak, for all we know, because with the way
And
they
and he
even though
was very surprised even at Ultra Instinct.
yeah,
When they brought up Ultra Instinct, he didn't even seem to even know what was going on either.
right. And
But
if it's just that, then you never know.
like you pointed out in your last video, I believe that some of the gods were like, yeah,
Oh
it's fine.
yes.
It's just Ultra Instinct. Who cares?
Yeah, so,
Like,
no,
it wasn't
some of the
surprising.
gods were like some of the gods were scared to see it cuz you could tell. I mean, the ones that were sweating, they were scared. And then other ones were kind of more like concerned. They were just like, no, this is not good. If a mortal can reach this, then it's something that who knows how long it took them to reach. They were not happy about it.
Yeah.
So is this match with Khalifa and Kale anything more than just a warm up for Goku right now?
It's just a warm up and
Absolutely.
teaching. It's just a warm up, literally just a warm up. If I'm not mistaken, Wiz says something about Goku's literally using them to sharpen his skills.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing with each blow sharpen and get better and better, or
Yep.
or maybe even get used to whatever new power level he has right now, because he obviously will reach a new level now.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking of I wrote down a note about how Cauliflower like was internally saying, I don't know if she said it outside, but she was saying, why can't I hit him? And
Oh yeah,
that's kind of like very similar to how they were when they would fight, their old enemies back in the day.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can't hit him. He's so fast, and that would push them to reach that Super Saiyan 3 or that next level. So I'm like, this is very mirror image for her. She's gonna, that's how she's gonna ascend.
right. And it does kind of feel like Goku being Goku, he always wants to push other fighters to get to the point where they can be stronger, so he in the future can fight them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just his thing. That's an overwhelming, almost frustrating thing about Goku.
Yeah, it's a weakness for sure.
Yeah, because he and I get it. Saiyans love to fight, but he loves helping people a little too much. To get them to a point where they could fight him in the future.
How his pappy raised him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I need to ask then is, do you feel that, because something that caught me really interesting, I don't know if you guys watched which translation you watched, but at the very beginning of the episode, when we have that like minute or two of showing what's his name again, the one that just got kicked off the Saiyan from
Kaba.
Kaba. When Kaba, yeah, cabbage. When Kaba, when he at the very beginning, when he's fighting with the other fighter, he says he and this is something he didn't say in the previous episode, but he says they are the hope. They're the secret weapon of Universe 6. Kale and Khalifar. And then
I saw that in my translation, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that was interesting. They said that, and then after, I think it was even said again how they are the ones. They're the secret. They're like, like there's something about them that not only we don't know yet, but even Hit might have even protected them to give them a chance to go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you think this is because? And we've talked about this, Proper, you and me, but I kind of feel like this tournament of power is not going to exactly end. Something else is going to happen before it ends. Like someone is going to invade, or someone is going to step in, or something is going to happen that we're going to be like they're going to take the story in a whole different. How they do in Dragon Ball. There's always like a little side story or something that happens, and it just takes the whole arc in a different direction.
Yeah.
So if they do that, or if they don't, whatever they do, is Kale and Khalifa, are they actually going to be around for long? Or is this going to be a case of Goku teaches them how to get to Super Saiyan 3, he teaches them how to fuse, which I don't know. People keep saying that, and I'm like, okay, but I haven't really seen any proof yet. So is he going to teach them something and then give them a chance to go and recover? Or is someone going to step in and they're going to have to focus their attention on someone else?
Honestly, and I've mentioned this to you before, like, why are you people constantly trying to get stronger, and you have the potential of making Jiren not, like, he won't be asleep no more, and then it's going to be a wrap for all of y'all.
Well, but that's the thing too. Jiren, okay, and I said this before. The second that Goku got taken out, my question is, and I still think that Jiren actually used up a lot more than he should have in the battle with him and Hit, because I mean, come on, he faced Goku and Hit right after one after the other.
Yeah.
So I feel like he either really got hurt, because remember that whole punch to the chest that cracked him, that that was not body. Okay, that was not his body. That is something else. That is something else that got all cracked up, and then he fixed it. That little boink that it fixed that crack in his chest. So was he actually hurt enough, or is he actually hurt enough right now that he's actually recovering too? Or, because in my mind, it would have been like, okay, Jiren knocked him out. He's done with them. Why not just wave his hand and knock everyone off the stage and just get it over with? Why is he waiting for? Is he waiting for Goku to have another chance? Or is he just like, you know what? I'm bored of this. I'm tired. Let's just... Because he literally could right now. Right now, he could just wave his arm and knock everyone off the stage. Because that's how much they've built him up.
He could.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So what are they waiting for? That's my thing right now, and that's why I'm not really enjoying this filler.
Hit seems to be the guy that you just bring out when you absolutely need to.
Yeah.
I mean, not Hit. Jiren seems
Jiren, yeah.
to bring out when you need to.
And I get that, but I still don't like the fact that they haven't given him any weaknesses. Like nothing.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, they will, but it would have been good if at the end of that battle when he went to meditate, you would have had that tiny little moment where his God of Destruction would have gone into his brain and been like, are you okay? Or something, just something to give just the slightest inclination that Jiren is not unstoppable. Like, because right now he is. Right now it's like he could take on everyone on the stage and probably take on the gods and probably even beat him.
Well,
because even Beerus is concerned.
I think everyone is entering this tournament for their own kind of personal reasons, whether or not they say they are. For Jiren, like, for any time we've seen him before the tournament, he just looks bored. And even during the tournament, he looks bored.
I thought he looked pained. I thought he looked sad. That was my thing.
Pained. It's kind of the same with where I'm going. Is like he's like, I haven't had to fight seriously ever. Like, come on,
True.
This whole like, oh, they're getting stronger. He's letting them get stronger. What? He wants them to. he's like, this is what I want out of this tournament. I want someone to, and he had it with a little bit with Goku, but he's like, I still, I saw a glimmer of it. I'd like you to get back there. So I'm just gonna meditate. And
but
wait
then he just got angry. I mean, well, of course, it makes sense if he got angry because there's no one to challenge him. I get that, but and this is something like me and Proper talked about way before. We talked about how it would be really cool if the reason why Jiren is in this tournament is because he needs the Dragon Balls to bring back his civilization or bring back someone he loves or do something to explain why he's so sad all the time. Or, I thought he was sad, which apparently he's not sad, but whatever. But if that were the case, then you'd think he would have the motivation to just clear out the stage as soon as possible. And I understand it's Dragon Ball Super. I understand, they have to make, I know they have to, squeeze out 50 episodes out of this, one thing. I get it. But he just feels like an unstoppable force that right now where we are, there's like no how is Goku possibly going to beat him? And we know he will, because I know what you're thinking about that particular image, in your mind of Goku and Jiren. So it's going to happen. We know it's going to get there.
I see Jiren as imagine Kid Buu, but with like full capacity, like full control of himself. And there ain't no help you have to help you in this fight. You don't have any help. You can't use a spirit bomb with everybody on Earth and all the regular Z fighters.
All the universes? Yeah, because it's not going to affect them anyway.
To help you. Exactly. Well, that might affect them. Like an entire planet's worth of energy versus just 10 people. Is a lot more power.
Or entire universes, I guess. I actually kind of thought that, well, when we started this whole arc, I actually kind of thought that's how it was going to end. That, Goku was going to like call on the entire universe to help him out to take out whoever was going to be the top person. But then it came out that Jiren isn't a bad guy, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
none of them are really evil.
Yeah, no one. Well, do we have anyone who's really evil?
None of them are really
Frieza.
evil. They're just except for
just the
Frieza.
angels.
Frieza is. Well, we don't know yet. I can't speak on the angels yet because, like I said,
I don't know. They just seem so shady.
They're giving them the Supreme Kai treatment, like when Supreme Kai showed up in the tournament the first time in the Buu arc, and he looked super shady and evil until you realized it was something else going on.
It's almost honestly, like they just look at mortals in a different way.
Yeah, because I mean they're kind of just people to watch over and train or whatever at this point. I mean, if you're super powerful and can't nobody really test you,
and you're immortal,
you probably too exactly.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. The gods aren't immortal, are they?
Nope, gods aren't, but the angels are.
But how can the gods live so long then?
It's probably just that status that they're given makes them.
The angels help them stay longer too?
Probably.
Huh.
Because Wiz keeps throwing little shade at Goku and Vegeta about, if y'all get stronger, y'all might be able to surpass Beerus.
Almost so, like, hey, do you want to be the new god of destruction kind of thing?
Exactly.
Huh. All right. Okay, so moving on with the episode, because honestly, it was a fun episode to watch. And if anything, I think the reason why I disliked it the most was, well, I didn't just really dislike it, but at the end of it, I kind of felt like, and I think even someone said that they had this experience too. It's like when the episode ended, I was like, wait, what? That's already been 23 minutes? Because we haven't had an episode like that in a long time where just, it's just like the whole episode without any real plot development. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of why even and at the end it was like, okay, so I personally want to see Kale go for it. I want to see her go beyond, but she's so timid. She's not even humble. She's just timid. Yeah. And because if she was humble, she'd be like, I know there's a power within me. you know, like kind of like the Gohan thing, you know, where it's like I know I can do a lot, but I don't want to hurt anyone, kind of thing, you know. And with Kale, it kind of feels like she's not even accepting of who she is yet to be at the point where she could actually do some serious damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's because Khalifa gives her confidence, pretty much. So I've got a feeling if one of them gets knocked out, the other one's going to snap.
Who do you think will get knocked out then?
If Khalifa gets knocked out, Kale is definitely going to snap.
Well, but who do you think they should leave then? Because I feel it should be Kale. I feel Kale has more potential.
Yeah,
I don't know.
feel like
Because Khalifa is the Goku of Universe 6, but
Exactly.
a young Goku, you know?
yeah, she's
And
the young Goku.
yeah, and she doesn't really have, because this is still the Goku show, as we know, and it is, you know, a Universe 7 show, they're not really going to develop Khalifa that much, you know, or give her the status that they've given, you know, Goku, you know, in the sense, well, I mean, she's hungry though. I mean, you could see that she was all about, you know, teach me how to get to Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Which, and that's another thing we were talking about too, Proper. Do you think that because Universe 6, because how the Saiyans evolved, do you think that they have the capacity to hold Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah, they evolve differently, so they should be able to obtain it, but I still think the stamina drain is going to have the same effect because it's just an effect on the body. It doesn't have anything to do with
Right.
whether or not, it can be attained or not. It's being able to maintain it. Goku was only able to maintain it to begin with because he was dead. And he learned it when he was dead.
But then Trunks and Goten, when they were Gotenks, they were able to hold it, right? For the full 30 minutes?
But that's because, not the full 30 minutes. They only lasted like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, really? I forgot.
Yep. That's where, and I know there's like a whole big uproar, and we'll probably talk about it later, but that's where that'll come into play in the episodes coming up after this.
But the potential fusion.
Yeah, with the potential fusion.
Well,
you
but
have
okay,
Legendary
so
on top of that.
this is the thing. Do we actually have confirmation that there is going to be a fusion?
Yes, we do.
Because I keep hearing people saying yes, no, yes, no. You know, like even like the drawings of it, they kind of don't really look like it's them. You know what I mean? Or like
you didn't see the preview?
No, I know. You know, I try not to watch the previews.
Well, at the end of the preview, at the end, it's 100%.
It does show him. Okay, all right. So they do go for it.
It's not the way you think. It's not the way you think either.
Oh, it's the earring thing, right?
Yeah, it's the earrings.
So the earrings aren't a weapon? I know you guys brought that up in off stream.
Unless,
I mean,
unless that disqualifies them.
It's not, but then again, Master Roshi's Mafuba jar wasn't.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
It essentially comes down to if it makes Zeno wowed, like if it makes it seem like it's cool, then then
they allow it. Or if it can actually be used as something to damage, like an actual weapon. You know, if it's like an accessory, I kind of think they leave it. You know, they let it slide.
Yeah.
But
if Zeno's like, this is cool, then they'll probably.
Well, but okay, so if we are going, you know, earring. What are they called? Potaro again or Potoro? Potaro. Okay, so if we're going down that path, then technically they can't unfuse.
They can't unfuse on their own.
Right, because remember that's what they kept saying.
They will unfuse though. You in the Zamasu versus Vegito fight, Vegito literally only lasted like 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Because Super Saiyan Blue burns through that ability. Originally, everybody thought the earring fusion only like it lasted permanently. But it lasts for an hour if you're mortal. Yeah, it lasts for an hour if you're mortal. But if you dump a crap load of power into that form, then you
just burn through it. So, but is that why the previous Zamas, they were able to stay together forever or longer just because they're immortal?
Yeah, because that's because it was said that what is his name? That Zamasu is a Kai. So because Zamasu is a Kai, if you're a Kai, you get to stay in that form.
Unless you burn through it too, I guess.
Exactly. But also, Goku Black was in Rose form, which has an effect on whether or not you fuse. Like if you fuse in base form, you're fine. But if you fuse and you're powered up, it has a reverse effect on top of Goku Black not being immortal. So that's why half of him got messed up. Had they both been immortal, then Zamasu would literally be untouchable.
Right. Yeah, he would have. That whole arc was kind of like, see, I kind of feel like I wish they would have developed that arc a little more too, because that was a good arc. That was really good. That was probably the best so far. I mean, and even now, up to the Jiren and Goku battle, I gotta say that was the best, you know. But they did take Jiren and Goku to the next level. That was amazing.
I want Goku Black to come back so bad, it's not even funny.
Do you think he could?
Who knows? I mean, there's other timelines.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's. I wouldn't be surprised if there was another Goku Black out there in Universe 6 or something.
Oh yeah, it could be. You're right.
So you never know.
I'm wondering though, because like that whole arc was kind of confusing because we know about Zeno-sama, and so it's like, were they stronger than Zeno-sama, or could Zeno-sama he just wouldn't have cared? Because isn't that he saved the Zeno-sama? I don't remember from that universe.
Yeah.
Timeline.
Yeah. He
from
just
being
went
destroyed,
back.
Or
no, he blew up. He blew up that.
Yeah.
That
right.
Zeno,
He's the one that did it. Okay.
Yeah, and that was after Goku called him, which also makes you realize how that was kind of weird too. I mean, I get it, you know, bringing back the other one, you know, for the other one, and just Goku's funny little way of doing that. I get that, but it does make you wonder also if there's a power disparity between the two of them.
Might be.
You know what I mean? Okay, anyway, so, and that's why, I mean, like with this episode, I wanted to just leave it open so we could talk about anything we wanted, just because this episode did feel, it felt good. You know, it felt good. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed, the artwork was really good too. I mean, it was so clean. Good. It was clean. The style was good. They even made a point of showing how fast Khalifa was learning, you know, because you could see that. I mean, as it was progressing, she was getting better and better and better. And even though Goku at first was just kind of like, I'm just going to spar with you, you could totally tell how he got serious near the end of it. And then pulling out Super Saiyan 3 and saying that he wasn't ready to do it, that left me a little bit, you know.
takes so much stamina away from him.
Yeah, right. Well, and it also made me feel like, you know, why did he have to pull it out? You know, it's like
it's probably it was a fan service moment because they've made a point to be like,
I got
Super
you.
Saiyan 3 is kind of useless now.
Well, and the point, he never used it against Jiren. He went from 2 to red.
Yeah, 2 to red, and then
red, then and then blue Kaioken, right?
Yep.
Wait, his Kaioken goes up to 20 now, right? Not 100 anymore.
20. I think it's always been 20. 100.
No, didn't he have that? Wasn't that the potential for the 100 that he did like for a split second in the?
Was it a movie? Because if it was a movie, it doesn't count.
I don't think it was a movie. No, if I remember, well, was it? No, because he went up to 10 at first with Vegeta.
No, he went to He went to Kaioken times 4 against Vegeta.
I thought he went up to 10.
No, he went to 4 and completely wrecked his body.
Right.
Shot Vegeta out into space, and then couldn't do anything when Vegeta came back.
Right.
And just got wrecked.
And that was when what's his name came by. I love that part. When he cuts his tail off.
He did it versus Lord Slug in the movie.
It was a movie? Okay, it was a movie.
Yeah.
All right. I thought he had been able to go to 100 one time. Anyway, so they take it to Super Saiyan 3, and I understand why, because Khalifa won't shut up about it, you know? She's like, I want Super Saiyan 3, I want Super Saiyan 3. But that's because she is very like Goku in the mindset of, I know this is attainable as a Super Saiyan, as a Saiyan, I want to get to it. But at the same time, you have to think, why is it that they are not looking towards red and blue? You know?
Because that takes training from the gods.
Right. Well, and that also makes you wonder why their god hasn't really... I mean, as important as he feels it is to compete with his brother, you know, he just kind of doesn't really care about his universe in that sense, you know?
There hasn't been a need for them to get it. Like, even though the parallel universes, you got Hit, who's literally like the most god tier assassin, period. Their Frieza... Well, their version of Frieza that was there until he got erased.
He got erased.
he, even though he turned out to be evil, was a far more peaceful and diplomatic version of Frieza than the Frieza that we have for Universe 7. Their Namekians don't even know anything about them yet. And their Saiyans are also alive to the point where if anything ever went down, they have everything covered. They haven't been pushed to the point of even needing to learn Super Saiyan. That was a obscure thing for them.
And then you have Khalifa, who is pretty much the driving force between encouraging all the Saiyans to get stronger.
Yep.
Because she I mean, that's her thing. I mean, after that arc too, it was very interesting to see that, yes, they made her the Goku of that universe, but I mean, she has a different driving force, whereas Goku just wants to be stronger because, and this is something I've always found weird.
She has a little bit of Vegeta in her too.
She does. Yes, she does. She does have that pride in her, which also makes you wonder, and this is something that, I mean, we constantly forget, if Goku hadn't had that crack on the head, you know,
he'd be evil.
Yeah, he'd be evil. He would. He'd be a full-blown Saiyan just that would be evil. But he almost died as a baby, and that turned him good.
Made him forget, because I think they get pre-programmed with what their objective is.
Oh, when they're in the little capsule?
They're in the pods, and him getting the bonk on the head is what erased that, and then he got raised as a normal person.
That kind of makes me think about something I was thinking about when your last episode or your last podcast, you were talking about probably just the wishes that they could make, and I guess Vegeta saying to Kaba, you know, I'm gonna revive you guys if you die or whatever. And I was like, how come they don't? No one's ever used the Dragon Balls or even thought about reviving Planet Vegeta. Like, surely they had ties there, but I guess
I think the drawback for that is they've been dead too long. You can't revive somebody who's been dead too long.
Okay.
But
well,
the
they
Super
could,
Dragon Balls
unless they use the higher level of Dragon Ball.
Right. And they've never even thought about it. And I
was but it also feels like Vegeta doesn't really want to. I mean, look how much he cared about Nappa. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, apart from, Raditz got killed. So apart from Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta, and then he knew that Goku Kakarot was out there. I mean, Vegeta knew that Nappa was pretty much the only Super Saiyan left on his side. He knew. He knew him. Or sorry, the only Saiyan left. And he had no problem killing him. You know? So I kind of feel like Vegeta would like to have his planet back so he could be King Vegeta. You know?
Exactly. And
I could see him wanting that, but I don't think he really wants... not the competition. He's too human now.
Yeah. That's why.
I mean, okay, think of it this way: would they be okay with the fact that he had kids with a human?
No, of course
they
not.
would kill. They would want to kill him for that, you know.
Plus, they're all of those Saiyans are ruthless.
Yeah,
they're borderline savages.
At the same time, wouldn't they also be in awe of how strong he is and they have the Super
but then
Saiyan
you
was
have
their,
to think maybe
God,
he
basically.
doesn't really want the competition either.
I would
or the potential but he would think there could possibly be other Saiyans that could try and compete. And he, as much as he dislikes the fact that Goku, a low level, you know, What did he call him? He didn't call him Mudblood. What did he call him one time?
Muggle.
He called him something a long time ago. He called him something like he was, not like,
He calls him a low-level clown all the time.
Yeah. So he was supposed to be just so low, and the fact that he's always continuously chasing after Goku, I mean, it kind of it's like I think Vegeta would be like, okay, I need to be a little careful because this could
Having
potentially, hurt me.
Old school Vegetas, a planet of old school Vegetas that can all become monkeys. They can all.
Oh yeah, I
become
forgot
gods.
about the monkey thing. Yeah.
And there's like once in a while you might sprinkle in a Broly here and there. No, that is a mistake.
See,
that
I
is
like
yeah.
that. We didn't get to do a lot. Like speaking like from a story perspective. That's the word.
There is actually a fan Dragon Ball Z series that explores exactly that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and you have to wonder then, why is Vegeta so anxious then to, what's it called again? Sadala or Sadara?
Planet Sadal.
Sadal?
Yep.
Okay. So do you think he's so encouraged to be a part of that world because he knows they're not the ruthless savages? They evolve differently? So he feels like... Does he feel like they're his equal? Because, okay, and we continue, you and me, Proper, we talk about this a lot. Yeah. Just because it's beautiful to see. Okay. You know how I feel about Goku. And yes,
like Goku either.
I know. He is Goku, fine. He is, he is the boy, he's the main character. But I feel like there are so many other characters that would almost deserve so much more, so much more attention. And Vegeta in that sense feels to me like it would, because I love seeing him, for lack of a better word, be more human. I love seeing this side of him of actually moving away from this concept, like this is Goku's concept, fight. Yeah. I want to fight the stronger person. That's all he ever thinks about. And Vegeta is moving away from that, because Vegeta's like, this is amazing. The fact that Vegeta, you could actually even say he cares more about his family than Goku cared about his.
Goku does not care about his kids or Chi-Chi or anything at all.
No, I mean, he likes
there's actually
them.
a part in the manga where he doesn't even remember when Gohan and Gotenks were born. And Vegeta looks at him like, are you serious?
Yeah, no, it doesn't register in his brain, and we could credit that to the bonk in the head, but he doesn't. And the one moment, I mean, he loves Gohan because you've seen him like along the path. He like really loves him as a son, but he doesn't know anything about him. Nope. He's never taken the time to. And this is interesting too, because Goku, he never really cared if Gohan was a fighter or not. He was fine with him being a scholar. He didn't really care about that. And then when he did become a fighter, and which to me personally, I know we haven't talked about this, but to me personally, it kind of upset me when Gohan did fight Goku and he kind of passed out and Goku looks at him like he's proud of him. And I'm like, but you don't even know your own son. It's like,
it doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, it just feels like, so in that sense, I'm really enjoying seeing like Vegeta being more of a character, So in that progression, I love it, and I wish that they would follow that too in the game, in the show.
He's the most like well-rounded human character.
He's awesome. He's awesome. I mean, his constant struggle of having to accept the fact that he is behind Goku constantly, and his having to deal with his own personal pride, of being Prince Vegeta and not having any Saiyans to rule over. It's just like, it blows me away. I mean, I love him as a character for that sense, you know. I still don't like the fact that but no, you know what? That changes. That changed because I've always had a problem with him being so close-minded. But now with this new arc and seeing his relation with Kaba and everything, it's like he's not like that anymore. You know? He's gone so far beyond that.
He's still super arrogant, but I mean, it's with a purpose now.
But I don't think he's that arrogant anymore either. I mean,
except for the last week's episode.
Probably. Well, yeah, but that was. But see, even then, that was funny though. I still love that. That was so funny. Just how he was mad, but you could tell he was kind of like, yeah, you're right. It's true. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm glad we're having this. I mean, for this podcast, like I said, I felt like I just wanted to pull away from the regular because the show. It was just a fight scene. It was a fight scene. Yeah, it was a fight scene, and you know, whenever we talk about stuff, even you and me, or when we've been talking in our chat, we haven't really been talking about this episode. You know, right. Like we normally do. We normally talk about the episode, and we even go off on very specific circumstances or instances that happen. But in this one, there wasn't anything, you know.
As a whole.
Yeah. And even Wiz's, usually Wiz has some really good stuff to say, and in this one, it just kind of felt like it just felt like they were all just spectating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, for Goku and how he's going in the game, in the show. We know that they can restore the stamina over a short amount of time because Khalifa and Kale did it.
Yeah.
So right now, as Goku is fighting, of course, it's taking him a little longer to restore his stamina. But once he's fully restored,
then I'm curious what's going to trigger that transformation again. Well, that form again. And it's been speculated that Frieza's going to say something or something's going to happen and he's going to be like, I can't be dope if I don't kill people. And Zeno's going to be like, you know what? Killing people would be a great idea.
Oh.
Let's let that be a thing.
Well, they're erasing them anyway.
Yeah. You're getting erased anyway. Why isn't killing allowed? So if Frieza gets to kill people, if killing is allowed in this tournament, then that may be what sets off Goku to the something terrible happens thing.
But I don't think Frieza would just throw away whatever plan he has just to kill
people.
Well,
I mean,
his plan is just to survive.
His plan is to survive and to be over the gods. Because you can tell he is so interested about Ultra Instinct. And he's so interested of what scares the gods.
Someone also pointed out that in order to be able to use that dragon, you need to be able to speak the language of the dragon.
Which only the angels can so far? Because even Beerus couldn't, right?
Yeah, only the angels can. Which would mean even if Frieza somehow survived to the end, and I don't think he knows that, he would have to tell somebody his wish, and them to be able to translate it to the dragon for him to get his wish granted.
I wonder if the angels would be okay with that. Like maybe they
don't care.
Like, hey, you won fair and square. All right.
Well, I mean, we kind of know that the angels have an ulterior motive in all this. You know, I mean that's obvious, just with their dad or whatever, you know, and just how he treats Zeno and the Xenos, you know, and everything. But I mean, looking at the progression of the battle, I was actually surprised we didn't see any more about Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, and other Namekians.
The useless squad.
Yeah, but they're not, and that's you know how I feel about this. You know how I feel about this, and how I feel about Gohan, and I know how you feel. How they always make Vegeta second fiddle. I hate the fact that they don't even give Gohan a chance anymore. It's like he's just filler. He's just filler now.
We have 23 episodes, probably. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some story development.
Well, something in there that will make him just. I want to see him go Ultra Instinct. I do, because they keep saying he has potential. I mean, even after his most recent unlocking of his hidden potential, he still has hidden potential. You know, it's like he still has more. Didn't even Wiz say something about it too?
Piccolo tells him that there's more in there that he hasn't.
It's like every single. Someone just posted something funny in the chat. Poor Yamcha. Everyone sees. Oh, sorry. Like with Gohan, it's like every single arc he has more hidden potential, and it just kind of feels like they want to make him more, but the fans aren't going to allow it. The majority of the fans, you know.
Well, in our side of things, stateside, people love Gohan.
Oh yeah,
people
he's
love
awesome.
Vegeta. They don't like Goku as much.
Well,
stateside.
because he's so one-dimensional.
Yep.
You know?
Very Wonder Bread.
Same reason people don't like Superman as much anymore.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't say one thing about this episode though. Thank the Lord there was no Ribrianne.
Yeah.
Dear God, I'm so happy.
Wait,
she
who is she fighting now?
Still in it, huh?
Yeah, she's still in it. I swear
Wait.
to God,
So
she wins.
right now we have Gohan and Piccolo against the Namekians. We have Topo and Vegeta.
Yep.
We have who's left from Universe 7?
Universe
The androids.
Yeah, the androids.
We haven't seen them in a.
She'd get wrecked by them. Come on, man.
We
She
haven't
would
seen
get
them in a while.
destroyed.
And you know what? We haven't even seen what new powers the androids have, because you know they've both developed new stuff.
Android 17 is essentially Super 17 in Dragon Ball Super.
What about 18 though?
I don't know what she's able to do now.
I mean,
I don't think she's been training though, right?
But didn't they go off and train together after, like when they
Her
knew
and
they were going to do
Krillin
it?
did. She trained with Krillin.
Oh.
Right. So there you
well,
go.
he did a little bit too.
I mean, he knocked out 3 people.
Yeah,
They were low tier, but knocked out 3
He
people.
did a bit. And then, but okay. So we've got the androids. We've got Gohan. We've got Piccolo. We've got Vegeta. We got Goku. So only 6 are left. I thought there were 7.
Both androids, Piccolo and Gohan, Vegeta, Frieza.
Oh, Goku and Frieza. Yeah. Okay. So that's the 7. And no Ribrianne.
God, I hate her so much.
I personally, you know how I feel. I would love to see her do something and like embrace hate, you know, because it's all about love. I would love if like hate was her secret power and she like actually gave Jiren a run for his money or something, you know, or like scared everyone. It would be so much fun.
I hate that character so much.
It would be so much fun to see her.
Like, why are y'all sullying Vegeta's hands fighting her, man? Like, just knock her out already.
Well, look how long she lasted against everyone. And it's like
that's more of like a pity thing. They don't want.
It's literally a pity thing because everyone was like, "Oh man, Ribrianne's about the same level of Super Saiyan 2 or something," and then Goku was like, "Nope," it just kicked her one good time and like borderline knocked her out before Jiren popped up. In that episode. So they're literally toying with her and not even taking her seriously. Vegeta wasn't even in Super Saiyan when he fought in the last episode.
But
and like speaking
and
of that,
she is the strongest of the universe though.
Yeah, but what does that say about that universe?
But that's why I keep saying that I feel like she has more. Like they're gonna use her. Because if she is the top in the universe, she's gotta be able to do something. I mean
maybe. Maybe. I hope not. I hope she gets just wrecked. It just knocked like the beginning of next episode. She pops up like, "What's up, guys?" Boom, knocked out, immediately gone. Beginning of the episode.
Okay, I'm actually gonna. I actually secretly hope now that that she does like knock out Jiren or something.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Okay, all right, we're gonna wrap it up here because we're having too much fun. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for this one. I mean, this one was just a very different one than normal, just because. I mean, like I was talking to you guys before, it just felt. I mean, this episode was fun. It was a fun episode, but there wasn't really much to talk about it. It was like.
Next week there will be though.
Yeah, hopefully. Next week there will. Hopefully there will be, and also. My biggest thing about this, I guess, in closing, is I love the fact that Khalif and Kayla are there. I love all this, but I kind of feel that after the Jiren fight, everything else is kind of like, even though they did a good job in explaining how Goku gets to Ultra Instinct, explaining that the heat and he burns through the energy of the Spirit Bomb, and that's what leaves him, high and dry. And even with the follow up with Hit, and even Hit being taken out, which I still don't like. I really would have wished that Hit would have been able to actually do something, or if they would have actually just said that punch actually hurt him, because I still feel there's something there. I feel that Jiren might be a skinny little guy under the armor or something, but maybe. I kind of feel now that pretty much anything up until there's no other real battle going to happen until Goku and Jiren go up against each other again, and everything else is going to be filler, or unless they decide to throw a wrench in the whole thing and actually give someone else a spotlight in taking Jiren down.
Yeah, I don't think anything heavy will happen because again, Zeno-sama, they're like some outside problem coming in because you got Zeno-sama, the angels, the gods of destruction. Like no one's coming in on this party.
No. Well, but I guess this is my last question to you guys for this one. Right now, as we see the match, is there anyone who can stand up to Jiren? Anyone else who is going to give Jiren a run for his money? Or even anyone that might progress, like Kale and Khalifa.
No.
Berserker, Fusion, would they be able to stand up to Jiren?
As a diehard Vegeta fan, I'd love for him to do it, but I know that he probably won't.
Well, if they give Vegeta and hopefully Gohan Ultra Instinct, of course they could. But we don't have enough episodes left for that.
We have 23, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough for one of them to get Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. Like because they said I think at the end they said 22 minutes left now, so it's like almost like each episode's taking a minute. So yeah, that's a fair guess.
I could see Jiren and Goku literally wearing themselves out and someone popping up out of nowhere and knocking Jiren out.
Pushing them, just knocking them over.
Frieza.
I would absolutely love it.
It'd be Frieza.
If it's Goku and Jiren going in, and then Vegeta catches Jiren off guard and knocks him out, just to pay back Goku killing Frieza for him and kill stealing.
Yeah, he did it like that.
And then just looking at him and being like, "What?
Now we're even."
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, anything you guys want to say in closing?
Nope. Good episode. Good long fight scene.
Yeah, that was nice.
We had to.
It was a good fight scene, but yeah, that was good. And hopefully next week we will have Vicious and King Grim, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even Rez. And I have been talking to a couple of other people too. But I like this format. We can actually fill up the entire screen with a bunch of people. Especially if it gets, especially if it gets serious, because I did see the titles for the next 5 episodes, I think it is.
Yeah.
Did you see 119? I think it is, or 118.
About to be lit.
It's gonna get.
I'm not.
It's gonna get. Yeah. Just I do that. I'll look at the titles, the translations, and it's like. But then again, that's the same thing we had last week with Vegeta's Resolve or Saiyan's Resolve or whatever. Or sorry, Saiyan's Resolution. Really thought it was going to be all about Vegeta, and we thought if Vegeta was going to step up and go Ultra Instinct or something, and I mean all he does is save Kaba and kick him in the gut. So, but that's very Vegeta, so that's good. Anyway, so thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Anything else you guys want to say?
As always, stay simply phenomenal and instantly classic, but always properly made.
Thank you, Proper. Thank you for joining us, Neko. See you guys next time too. Thanks a lot. And we'll see you guys next time. See ya.